still got divorced. So sex will not.
They still did.
No more. Somebody went ham last night. Cheers, happy Father's Day, happy July.
For a minute now, I'm back on the scene. I'm ready for the night out if you know what I mean. My head, nails, new gotta get me into something tonight for sure. I call my girls up just to see if they down. A couple of the clock at 5:30, we should be out. We looking good, living right. I'm not worried about tonight. It's time to get wild tonight. I'm gonna get wild tonight. Make up for lost time tonight.
Hey,
Got my girl Tappy over here.
all right. I get chills. I did. Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Late Night Shenanigans. We're so happy to have you back with us, and thank you for watching. We have a very exciting show for you today. But first, a shot. Let's do it.
Woo, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cheers. Okay, and for the people that have been watching, you should already know we have Miss Tavia over here, Miss Constance over there, and I am Kimberly. So, how you ladies doing tonight? How we feeling?
We are good. Good.
A little rushed, but
Little
good.
rushed.
Yeah.
Excited for tonight?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know I
am.
Okay, so tonight we have 3 guests with us, all male, all with something to get off their chest. So we cannot wait. Before we bring the guys out, we'd like to ask you guys, if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever we upload new content, and do a comment. Give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. We've been trying to talk to you guys. We love it. So, again, as I said before, we have 3 guests with us, and we're gonna let them take over the first part of the show, and we'll be back afterwards. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce them quickly now, and then we'll bring them out. We have Addil, who is the husband of Tavia. We have Charles, who is my husband. You guys have seen him before. We have also a face you've seen before on our show. We have Mario. So with that, we're gonna get out of here and let the guys take over. Let's go. Fellas.
Don't do my husband. I was playing, y'all. He said he out until next season.
All right. We'll be back.
We listening.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the Late Night Shenanigans. It's me, Mario, your host. On my right, I got Charles, and on my left, I got Addil. And tonight, amongst the guys, we got a great, dope topic to discuss amongst us that hopefully you guys are interested in. And the topic is, do women understand men? That's correct. Let me repeat. Do women understand us guys? And like in life, as far as how we men are perceived to talk direct and women aren't, and how they say our tone and our delivery, or as far as do they understand us, how much weight it feel like we have to carry in a relationship, right? Or providing, protecting as well, and us expressing our emotions and stuff like that. So we got a great topic. If any of you guys want to go ahead and speak up on it right now, please do so.
All right, well, I'm gonna jump in.
Yes, sir.
I say no, and I think it's partially our fault. And I'm gonna go to the beginning, right? When we start off on recording, we usually do stuff that they want to do. We seldomly speak about what's going on with us. Once they're okay, we're good. So it's very seldom that we're gonna have a problem and speak on it. We're more than likely gonna just stay quiet and deal with what we gotta deal with, make sure that they're good. Now, if they're not good, we're not good. So generally, I think the relationship is based on them being good. So it's partially our faults that they don't understand us, but it's also that I think their setup, their genetic is different as far as in they would rather repeatedly speak about something that's happening. And we as males would try to find a solution or an ending to it. And they just really want to speak about it. The ending is not that important. To us, it is, because we see you're in agony or you're disturbed or this person got you tripping out or this situation has you stressed out. We're trying to solve it. You want to sit there and tell me how it made you feel on Friday and Saturday morning when I got up. I'm trying to get that out of there so you don't have to feel that way anymore. And sometimes we forget and we rush trying to just solve a problem. And sometimes they forget or they never even paid attention to the fact that we're carrying, I guess, their feelings more than ours. We can't be comfortable if they're not. They can be comfortable and we're uncomfortable. It happens usually, but we can't be comfortable if they're uncomfortable. So I think partially it's our fault, but at the same time too, I don't think the time is taken to really understand the position that we put ourselves in to make sure that they're comfortable.
You make some great, fascinating points, like hit the nail on the head with it. Exactly. And I relate to it every day. Trust me, every day I relate to it. My girlfriend, we and I tell all the time to just listen to understand me and not to respond a lot of times and I tell her, hey, just understand me because I understand you. Us guys, as men, we do take things. We take the initiative. We are more assertive. So we are the hunters. We approach women. So you have to learn, study what you're trying to get, what you're trying to capture. So that's why guys do think and understand women more than women understand men. What you take on it, Charles?
Okay, so I completely get where Addil's coming from as far as us being fixers. And sometimes we rush to fix things when women just want to vent, and because we so automatically get to, okay, who messed up, who's making things wrong, how am I going to make it right? And sometimes they don't want us to make it right, but that's what we do. Now, as far as like them understanding us, the other thing I'd say is sometimes they fail to understand just how simple we are. Like men are like really simple. Most men like want or need like a couple of things and that's it. Like we're not super demanding, and sometimes it's just like I think they overcomplicate how easy we are. If that makes sense, because it really is easy. Sometimes a guy just wants food, a kiss, and silence.
Facts. Facts.
It is like that. Not to say you don't want to have.
You're correct. Definitely.
And of course, they're gonna want some, right?
Right. Yeah, you're definitely right. How simple men could be and how erotic, exotic. For the next adventure, I want to travel. I want to see the world. Just recently, even on social media, it was something that came up. Kiki Palmer and her situation with her baby daddy when she went to the Usher concert and she wore a provocative clothes out. He didn't know she wore it. Then Usher grabbed her and had about a waist and was singing to her. Then on social media, it was a boom. Everybody was like commenting, "Oh, he's insecure."
How you feel about that? How if that was your lady, how would you feel about that?
I would be pissed. Would I be able to communicate better, not put it on social media? Possibly, but you just never know how you will respond in that. Hearing your wife or your girlfriend is out in public doing something like that, I thought it was disrespectful. And then the crazy thing is, they're saying that he's insecure. They're saying that he has a problem because he has a problem with that. So it just goes to show again how like women not understanding guys, like you don't want your woman to step outside and misrepresent you.
Now, so that's where I'm at. I'm like, how did she? If you that serious about it, how did she even leave the house? Like if you that strong and you that then where were you at when she was putting that thing on? Shouldn't have started from there. She shouldn't have even reached there to be. And I don't know. I'm like, my thing with that is if you are comfortable in putting that on and going out there and being on the display, then you understand what kind of energy it may bring and the position you may put me. So if you're comfortable in doing that to me, cool, let's go with it. Because I'm not gonna try to control you in what you do. I'm probably gonna be silently tripping because it's like, come on, I ain't gonna do it like that. But can I tell you that? Probably not. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna end well. You're gonna be insecure. You're gonna be narcissistic. You're gonna be controlling. So you're just gonna have to be like, oh, that's the outfit. I mean, let me do 30 more push-ups. Let me try to get my chest right because I'm gonna have to put my chest out tonight.
Yep, that is correct. Definitely. What do you have to say to that, Charles? You have any other thoughts? As far as like
that whole thing shouldn't have been aired out online, and I think it's all publicity stunt. I'm not buying none of it. They're already selling merchandise for it and this and that. So,
but all right, but let's say it wasn't the publicity. Let's say you were in the position. How would you handle that?
Of course, it's not acceptable, and of course, it's out of pocket. But you don't air that stuff out on social media because it makes you look weak.
Yeah, so certain things should be kept behind closed doors.
You keep that in house.
Yeah.
But I don't think that has anything to do with as far as the topic, as far as her not understanding him. I just think they ain't got that type of communication, period. Like there's something off in that relationship. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
But like a lot of times, a lot of ladies will say, oh, what you had on, I would wear that. Right. And then a lot of guys will say, I wouldn't want my woman to wear that. But a lot of ladies will
I would say, but I would say she's been wearing them kind of off crazy outfits since we ever known Keke Palmer to be Keke. That ain't even brand new to me to see her in something like that. So it's like you've been knowing her. That's been in the closet, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably seen things already. What you did when you saw it the first 2-3 times.
And so would you want your wife walking out like that? And this is a question to both of you guys. Would you want your wives walking out with that outfit on? Because a lot of ladies online saying they would wear the same thing out.
Nah, B. That ain't working at all.
Now, I'm gonna safely answer this question, right? And what I'm gonna say is,
go ahead.
If she feels like she's comfortable enough to put that thing on, I may not be happy with it, but I don't feel like I'm in any position to say, no, you can't. No, you shouldn't. So I'm just going to have to bite that bullet and hope that nothing comes of her wearing something like that. But I don't feel like I'd have the control to be like, nah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like generally you should already know the parameters between us, what I should be comfortable and not comfortable with. So like, you shouldn't even try me like that. I'm not even trying to sound cocky, but you didn't try me like that. But if you do try me like that, I'm gonna just be like, all right, cool. That's what it is. Let's move forward with this.
and one more thing before the conversation has to end on here on Late Night Shenanigans and us guys talking amongst this conversation. Do women understand us? What about this part as far as do women understand us? How we deliver as far as like conversation, how the ladies say, oh, don't yell at me, or like you were kind of alluding to earlier, Addil, about as far as how the communication is, how you speak. So what do you think about how like women, they want you, how you, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, and how directly we are. How do you guys think about it?
I think it's a balance of patience and understanding. Patience for us males and understanding for the females to know that we don't have that much patience when it comes to trying to get to the root of whatever their problem, issue, quail may be. So I think it's just, this balance, really.
Okay. And Charles, what do you have to say in that?
Well, as far as like the delivery, I think a lot of times emotion and like animation, as far as passion, can be mistaken for anger or madness. Just I think the emotion gets misplaced, because I know a lot of times, like when I get animated about something, I get loud, my voice
Right.
raises,
Right.
and a lot of times it has nothing to do with me being mad at all.
Correct.
It's just I'm just passionate about whatever I'm saying, but it can't come out like they think I'm mad. You know, somebody will think I'm mad, or my wife will think I'm mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm just passionate about what I'm saying. At the time.
And that's the thing, like generally from the jump in most situations, once a male gets passionate, it's loud and it gets scary. Like, and it's weird to still try to contain your emotions sometimes in a situation where you feel like you can be open and be frustrated and say how you feel, when really most of the times you can't. Even though they say it's welcome, it's not. If you really was to like let go and let loose, it's not. I don't know. I don't see it as a comfortable situation. So I think it's usually more for the male to bite the bullet and just, again, I mean, it's partially our faults, because the real dude's just gonna be like, all right, next. We not finna be like chapter 3 last 2 weeks ago when you didn't do so and so. I felt. We not finna hit you bad. That's not what we finna. All right, cool. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We not.
But that comes down to understanding the difference, because how you say, like, as far as bringing up things afterwards, a lot of times, like, a guy can get into argument, like you see it amongst dudes. Like, I can argue with you and we can have words or whatnot, and 5 minutes later we straight.
Yeah. Because
And
it's
that
just the
happens.
issue.
That's
The
the
energy
real
is there
story.
from the issue. It has nothing to do with long term how I feel about you.
Right.
The
As
energy
opposed
is just
as-
what we're talking about. Yeah, it's just, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. We sit here and say, yeah, because we understand that, but they may not. And that's what I'm saying. We got to think like, okay, before I really say what I have to say, let me sing and dance and let you know that I care. It's not that I'm up. You got to give a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, the roller coaster breakdown before you really get into, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't have it.
Or we think it's over because we've set our mind and we think, okay, it's good. Everybody's hashed out what they got to say. And it's not over because we're on two different wavelengths as far as understanding where that conversation is going.
So and like you just said, Charles, so that goes to show a lot of things, especially what you guys are saying. And the last question would be, with that being said, the peace part of it, the peace. Do you think women understand when guys say we want our peace? And what does that mean to when they hear, like, ladies don't know what peace kind of means? Could you guys kind of explain, like, when the guy say I just want my peace?
I got this one.
Go
So the easiest way I can compare it to is, has your woman ever asked you, what are you thinking about? And you go, nothing. Because she'll catch you just like looking off into space, or just doing nothing at all. And they'll be like, well, what are you thinking about? And you're like, nothing. That's peace. That moment where you're just sitting there and nothing's going on, that's peace. And I think that's the difference, because I don't think women have that turn off button where they just shut off everything and there's just nothing going on and just like looking zone out. I think that's the difference.
I don't know what, see, and that's the thing. I don't know what their peace is, what their peace may be. Honestly, I can or cannot be a part of it, because I think their piece is like shopping or just being excessive with colors and decorating, and that won't necessarily be my piece. So I don't feel like I have to be part of their piece, but I don't mind helping create their piece. But at the same time, that's what I'm saying, at the same time too, I think initially once you say that to a woman, she thinks that she is not peaceful and she's part of a problem and you're trying to get away from her, when really, like, at that point, you're saying, I hope you know me, so you know when I say I want my peace, what I mean. Like, help me get there, not, I'm just trying to ask you to help me to get there because you know me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you in here, I'm almost to that point. Help me get to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Help me land this plane safely.
Yeah,
And we
I don't
had,
know. That's what I'm saying. I think I keep going back to, I think it's partially our faults because I don't know if it's as far as those society and all that, but it's really uncomfortable to speak and to be vulnerable in situations because in heated situations it gets reignited in a negative way, and not necessarily saying that it's meant. Again, it could just be passionate, but you don't ever want to seem like that dude to your girl. So certain things you just may not even ever want to share for fear of reproachment, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so I think like I say, it's partially our faults for not being as open and communicative, but I think what happens after a while when you're with somebody, just like how in the beginning we learned them and learned their schedule and learned what they like and didn't like, we should get that same energy back as far as it learning us, learning our energy, learning what, you know what I'm saying? Because as Charles said, it's pretty much basic and simple. They don't just vastly change to, you know what I'm saying? Like they just went skiing today. Like it don't be wild. They stay pretty much on the path of what, you know what I'm saying, we do for chill. And you know what I'm saying? You see when we go hard and we go at work, you know, it's like you see it. So you know how to fit in and gel. But I don't know. I think women just generally feel like that fitting in and gelling is not for them. Like it starts with them, created around me, then we go. I'm not here to fit in. I'm here to reconstruct. You gotta create that. You gotta create that piece around me. You know?
You guys made great points inside of the final thoughts of tonight with the Late Shenanigans and us guys just talking about the topic. Do women understand us? And the last final thoughts was about, do women understand when we say peace? And I would say just to end it, like peace to me is just, like just giving me, that time to just, just to digest things. The weight of the world like already kind of on you because you're the man of the house, right? And even if you're a guy that don't want to even hold that water, you have to, because she's looking for you for all the answers. So just all the weight on you, as far as that, the responsibilities of a man and all this stuff. You would think that a woman would want you to be peace, because if you're at peace, you're going to be able to execute everything else in this household, making her happy. And I'm pretty sure, like Addil said before, it's kind of the guy's fault not setting that table way early in the relationship, setting that bar, setting that standard. So great points, guys. It's been a great topic. Everybody else, hey, if you enjoy what we discussed, definitely hit that like button and continue and have a great night.
Okay, welcome back, Shenanigans. So you just heard what the fellas had to say on if we understand them. We're going to give you our quick response, but before we do that, in true LNS fashion, we're going to take another shot.
As I was taking a drink.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is more personal than you know. Cheers, ladies.
Right. Okay, so we're just going to give our quick response again to what the fellas had to say. And whichever one of you ladies wants to go at it first, go right ahead. Constance, let's go.
Me.
So just listening to the fellas, I'm just gonna be real quick. I think the guys understand us as women, and I won't say like individually in different relationships, but just as a woman, they understand us to an extent. They understand us when they want to understand us. It could be small, little, itty bitty things. Oh, I don't understand. And then it's a major thing. Oh, I understand. So I beg to differ. I feel like depending on the man, the relationship, the foundation that you guys have, that could play a lot into if that man understands you. But just generally speaking, my personal opinion, does a man understand women wholeheartedly? I don't think so. I think to an extent that they want to understand them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I agree because I mean, at the same time, I feel like this is one of those. You done? Were you done? I didn't want to interrupt you.
No.
Right.
I mean, hey, I mean, I'm gonna come back and forth, but go ahead, girl.
Yeah. No, because I'm just saying, on the strength of what you just said, it's like I feel personally like this is one of those situations where you might understand and know to a certain extent, but unless you know how you have situations where it's like, okay, if you haven't lived it, you haven't been through it, you're not gonna fully understand. This is one of those same things. I feel like we're not men are not women, so I don't feel like they are gonna ever fully understand how we operate mentally, physically, all of that, and vice versa, because we're not men, they're not women. You just won't know it. But I'm trying to say it was something that I believe it was a Bill, if I'm not mistaken. It could be, I'm not sure which one. But they were on some, I made a little note, hold on. As far as like the whole talking, like, you know, it was a deal, it was you. Wanting to like elaborate and explain and go bit by bit, minute by minute, day by day, this is what happened, da 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 da. But at the same time, you know, and y'all just want to jump to the conclusion of, okay, well, how can I help? What is it you need me for? What can I do? But sometimes we don't need y'all to do nothing but listen. And at the same time, it's like we need y'all to do the same thing. Just talk. Sometimes y'all aren't good with expressing yourselves or sharing your feelings or telling us how just telling us what's going on and how you're truly feeling. And so I feel like that would be something that could potentially help us women if y'all were to talk. You know what I'm saying? So
communicate. Let us know how you feel. We can't just predict how you feel or assume how you feel.
Not my readers.
Unless you're vocal, and we shouldn't have to get into an altercation for you to say, well, I feel this way. Well, when were you going to tell me that you felt that way? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be open about it. Let's talk. Have open dialogue. Like, come on, we got to meet each other in the middle. Sorry, go ahead, Kim.
No, because y'all pretty much said it, and I agree. I was going to touch on the whole peace part of it, and I think all of them
had a note about that too.
Something about the whole piece. And I'm not speaking, you know, just specifically with my husband, but what men actually say, I need my peace. I need this moment to myself. I need to chill. We're not, Constance just said it, we're not mind readers. We're not mind readers. So, and honestly, to get a little personal, I mean, he's here. Because he does it. I can maybe guess, and I give him his peace. But if there's a time where I'm not understanding that he needs that peace, I can tell you one thing, it's not vocalized to me. I haven't been told, and how many women have been told, okay, I need my peace today. I need me time today. And go ahead, Tommy.
No, I was just going to ask you, but real talk though, if he were to say, look, babe, not today. I need a minute. I just got home. I just need a second. Can you just give me a minute? I just need a little bit of peace. How would you react to that? Just real talk.
I can respect that.
It's not verbalized, but if he were to say that, how do you think you would respond? I know it may depend on the circumstances of what you need to talk to him about or whatever, but how do you feel if he were to actually say to you, I need a minute?
Okay, for me, I would say I would give him that. But it also comes back to, I think one of them may have mentioned it, it's not what you say 99% of the time. It's how you say it. It's your delivery.
Mario touched on that.
Okay, I know it was somebody. I tried
not
to
what you say,
notes,
how you say it. Right.
Yeah, so I'll give him that. And I give him that daily. I give him his time to do his thing, you know, but, you know, at the same time, I'm home all day, especially, you know, during the summer, you know, with the kid or whatever. And, you know, he talks, you know, to people all day. I'm here and I don't really, other than, you know, talking to you guys or whatever on the phone. So yeah, sometimes he'll get home and I want to talk. I want to,
because you have that other adult, and so it's just like a relief. You want to be like, oh, let me unload.
Right. But when I'm done, and it's never long, because honestly, it's him that comes home and does all the talking. But if he said it, Tavi, like in the way you delivered it, I don't have a problem with that. But again, it is all in the delivery. And I know he touched on how, you know, he's animated and what he says. And again, that comes down to, it's not what you say, because he don't talk to me sideways. He don't talk to me sideways. It's the delivery that ends up being the problem. And I think maybe for most women, because I don't know if that's something, is that just a thing with women or a thing that men do, and just majority women that go, watch how you talking to me.
Because
I think we feel like that across the
in that
board. We feel like that with men. We feel like that with women.
With anybody.
Period.
And that's
Well,
because
true.
we are emotional creatures, right? So we are very emotional. If our man comes home, and even if they're like in their moment, I don't feel like dealing with nothing right now, I need a minute. If you come home and talking to your wife sideways, man, you're going on now. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I need
smoke in the city.
Yeah, we're gonna
because you ain't have to say it like that.
To me like that. Like your whole delivery is off, dude. So now we finna be arguing and beefing. Like, it's all about how you come back and you say it and you deliver something to somebody. It's okay to say, I just need a moment. Like me, by now, I know my husband. I know when he in his little attitudes and he in his zone, he just want to play PlayStation or you know, get on his phone and watch TikTok, and I just give him his little minute and I just don't bother him. I get it, I understand, but it's all in how you deliver, how you're feeling at that moment. We can't just automatically assume that you had an amazing day and you're as chipper as we are when you get home.
Or a horrible day.
We want to hang out and chill. Like, nah, you got to be able to communicate that to us. So
I want to say about how you say it. Fast. Another note that I made. You had something you want to say off of what Constance just said, Kim?
No, go ahead.
Okay, because it was another thing. I believe Charles said it. The whole turn off button thing. Like, if y'all could have seen my facial expression when he said that, because I'm like, okay, well, excuse me. For the most part, me and the women that I know, we don't have the luxury of having a turn off button, because it's a lot of stuff that we have going on that whether it's something that we doing in that moment, or it's things that we're thinking about that we got to do, or whatever the case may be. Like, our brains are always turning, as like, I don't remember which show it was, but you know how we spoke about, you know, we wear so many different hats. Like, we may be able to shut off for a little bit, but at the same time, we really don't. We really never do. Like, shut down all the way to where we can just have that peaceful zen moment. Our brain is always, the clock is
I wish I could shut my brain off for
you can't
1 minute and just go
when
to
I wake
La La
up.
Land. I wish.
When I wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I got to go to the bathroom and it's hard for me to go back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's like your brain just starts thinking about, okay, what I got to do when I get up, what I got to pay. Like, you think about all those different things, and we can't help it. And I'm pretty sure men probably have that same feeling at times, to where they can't stop thinking about certain things. But for women, I don't want to speak for everybody, but for me, I know that that's a lot more frequent than I would like for it to be, to where my brain is just always going and going and going, because I don't have that shut off. Y'all had that shut off?
Nope.
No,
it's always something you got to think about. Kids, the household bills, like, it's so many different things that I don't want to say worry about, but at the same time, worry about, because like Constance said, we're emotional and we want to make sure that things are good. So
yeah, for sure.
That shut off button, we don't have that.
We don't have it.
Charles.
I want to, just because they brought it up, and then we're going to wrap this up and bring the guys back out. The Keke Palmer situation.
Yes.
I'm just because they brought it up. First, just quickly, how do you feel about the situation? And then how do you feel about what the fellas had to say about that situation?
Kudos, Addil. He brought me in when he made his comment, and it all draws back to household. If you know your mate, whether you're a husband and wife, whether you're boyfriend and girlfriend, if you know your mate, then this should all have not even happened. Because have y'all had a discussion? Kind of, you know him, he knows you.
And like you said, where was he at when she was getting dressed?
Right, where was he at?
That was my question.
Did you call your boyfriend and say, hey, babe, how this look? Even if you wasn't home, if you was at your homegirl house, hey, babe, how this look? FaceTime or whatever. And he was like, oh, that's cool. It's cool. Like, that should have started at home. I don't feel like the public shaming was necessary whatsoever, because then everything started to come out. You done had her twerking and on the internet, and you like this and like that. Like, all of a sudden, because Usher pulled her clothes and she got her cheeks out, and it was a big problem. So I'm like, I don't like how he did it publicly, but I can understand his views on not wanting my woman to be out here doing all of that. I get it. And I hate to say like, okay, because we're married women, it's a little bit different. Well, it kind of is. Once you're locked in, I know my spouse. I know personally, I'm not gonna go and show my body to the world if it's something that if it's something I'm wearing and I feel some type of way about it. I'm gonna call my homegirl. How does this look, girl? I'm go to my husband. How does this look if I'm not with him to see how he feels about it? I'm not wearing it out if I feel like it's going to disrespect our covenant. I'm not going to.
Let me ask you a quick question though. If you even have that feeling of needing to ask, not your friends, well, maybe even your friends, if you have that feeling of needing to ask, if you're not asking on a standpoint of how does it look fashion wise, but you're asking from a how does it look on a level of appropriateness, then that means you don't need to wear it. Right.
Right. If you
they got a rule in high school, like in school, if you gotta question it, don't
if you gotta question it, don't wear it. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to get my husband to come and say, yeah, that's what she said. He said, nah.
nah.
But yeah,
no, but
I agree.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you because for me, it's like, one, I would never wear anything like that to where, I'm booty, like rocking everywhere.
I mean, we're not taking that away from her.
She did, and she does.
Not
I think, and like Addil said, shoot, she's been dressing like that. Ain't nothing new. But I think she just had a baby. That's her man. And, after you have a baby, your body still be on that boom, 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 boom.
Voluptuous.
Yes.
While in the process of snatching back. So she looking real thick. She looking real nice. So he probably is a little insecure.
And then Usher gave her a lot of attention. Usher gave her
exactly. That's what I was going to ask. Let me ask this really quickly because I agree with y'all so far. So do y'all think that it was more about the outfit, or do you think that the thing with Usher, like how close they were and all of that?
Or do you think it had a lot to do with Usher for me? I think it had a lot
was more Usher than the outfit.
Usher in the whole relationship though.
But because he's put her on the internet already, slapping her ass, where were those morals when you were doing that? Why
where was the word then?
Usher hugged up. It's a problem.
It's a problem because at that point, your manhood was being questioned. You were like, oh, okay, some other man is hugging up on the woman that just gave birth to my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm feeling some type of way. Now you got a problem with it all of a sudden. That's what it was. It was the Usher situation, not taken away from. I feel like as women, we should respect ourselves and kind of know what not to wear, but it was an Usher situation.
Okay, Tavia?
You think?
Or did you already?
I don't know. I mean, he may have had a small part to play in it from old boy's perspective, but it's like at the same time, I don't know. I think that he's probably looking at it like, okay, yeah, I hear that and I hear everything that everybody is saying or whatever, but at the same time, this woman just had my baby and it's my girl. So maybe he's just you're a mother now. So you need to kind of switch up how you step out in public. But she may be a mother, but that ain't your wife.
Right.
Real Southern. That ain't your wife.
You ain't wife.
You know what I'm saying? That's not your wife.
Do we have a different response, or does the internet have a different response if they were married? Because I don't know how many times I've seen it brought up that, well, she's been pregnant. Y'all have been together how many years prior to her getting married? And where the ring at? Like, you want to police what she's wearing and put her on blast on the internet, but that
at the end of the day,
but because we don't know
boyfriend
them.
And husband, does it change? I guess that's because does it change boyfriend and husband?
I think it does. But that's another show. That's all that.
No, it was just a quick. Something quick.
Well, what I was gonna say real quick is, yeah, it does. I feel like change, circumstances if they're married versus just boyfriend and girlfriend. But at the same time, I think he's looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, well, you just had a baby, you're a whole mom out here now. So that's probably why he's like, okay, you kind of gotta change up the way you're putting yourself out there, because now, even though prior to having a baby, if you're worried about your child growing up and being able to see how you were dressing once you came into the world, they're gonna be able to see how you were dressing prior to you being pregnant and just coming up in general. So they're gonna have access to all of that. So
yeah, but dad, we hear what you're saying, but at the same token, he could have handled that off of like it didn't go on social media.
That's the number one
you felt
problem.
a certain way. Home. I think he draw the line when he brought it to social media. So whatever their indifferences were, handle it at home. You don't publicly shame her on national, like you don't do that. You just don't do that. Yeah. You don't know what that did to her self-esteem. You don't know what she was going through after she had that baby. You don't know what she needed to feel like as a mother. Like you don't do that. Like you handle that off of camera. Like, babe, look, I felt some type of way. We need to fix this and handle this or whatever. You don't do that on camera. That's my issue. Yeah. Period.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I feel like we're digressing just like the guys.
No, I was just about to.
So, but to bring it back as far as like the men, you know, us understanding them.
They understand us.
I feel like it's a two-way street at the same time. Yeah. I feel like they don't fully understand us. We may not fully understand them, but honestly, I feel like we understand them more than they understand us. If that's fair.
I agree.
Right.
I agree with that statement.
And we just we go
and they need to
try to learn. We try to learn.
Communication.
Try to learn.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Shenanigan. With that, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna bring the guys back out right quick, and we'll be right back.
If they want to stay around.
All right, Shenanigan. As you can see, we have the fellas back with us, and we're gonna have the conversation as a whole, and then we'll close this thing out. So. Out of the fellas, we're gonna, because we just went, who wants to go first with their, I guess, rebuttal? I feel like this guy.
What y'all got?
We're gonna let Charles go because he took notes here.
I took notes. I got notes on my phone.
Matter of fact, not pen and paper, just.
I gotta find which one I'm gonna go to first. Okay, so we're talking about as far as men listening, as far as women wanting to vent and men not listening, as far as men wanting to be solution finders. And there's a saying that says, if women want to vent, talk to your friends. If you want it to be fixed, talk to your man.
I don't agree with that.
Did you Google that?
Because we are wired when you bring a problem to us to try to fix the problem. Because no matter what the problem is, it could be minor. It could be something so silly. We're hardwired to be like, who tried you? How I got to fix it, no matter what it is. And it comes across sometimes as being aggressive, or like I was telling her before, being animated, or sometimes even being rude, because we're like, okay, you've presented me with a problem, I'm going to find a solution. Men aren't built to vent to. We just don't know how to, because we do it with other dudes. When a dude brings us a problem, we're trying to tell the dude how to fix the problem. We don't want to hear you complaining. We want to fix the problem.
I'm going to just interject real fast because I think that y'all feel like that's y'all job. I feel like y'all think that y'all were put on earth to fix everything. Y'all aren't men if y'all can't fix it, or if y'all can't make things right, or if y'all can't save the day. That's how I feel.
It's not that.
That's really what I think.
And that's what I'm saying. It's not that. It's just that we know our position is to make things easier.
As a man, y'all feel like y'all gotta Y'all feel like y'all gotta be like.
But what happens? What happens if we tell y'all we just need to vent? If that's making it easier, is that not what you just said? Y'all were here to do to make it easier. So if I'm telling you, I just need to vent, or if I'm just, I don't need you to fix it. I need you to just
don't fix it, babe.
And if that's what makes it, and that goes with the communication and the listening and whatnot. Because if I'm telling you that makes it easy for me. You trying to fix it makes it easier
hard for both.
Now, see, and that's what I'm saying. Now, that's where the balance and me understanding that you just need to vent comes in. Just like how y'all were mentioned, if I come home and you see me in a vibe, why do I have to ask for a moment? Can't you read that I'm off and just let me be? Do I really still need to do I really need to still ask you for a moment? I gotta keep it Luther. I still gotta ask you for that moment. You still don't know. You still ain't seeing what's going on. You still ain't feeling my energy. You still don't know. I still gotta tell you. No, and here's something that's crazy, right? So there's a period of 7 days where the woman has her cycle, right?
Mhm.
Before the 7 days, there's emotions that sometimes y'all don't even control. It's just all over the place. Even 7 days after, sometimes there's still emotions all over the place. So in a month, there's really only 7 days of you being normal that we deal with. Y'all sometimes don't even know yourself. You talking about us? Y'all sometimes don't even know yourselves.
Not the clapping though.
And
I heard the lady say, we're not mind readers. We're not mind readers, right? That's what the lady said. But
I think we were.
What'd you say?
I think we were though. And that's what I'm saying. In a courting situation, we would see things and just fill a blank, fill a gap. It's only when we're missing, then sometimes you're like, oh, that's what he used to do. You may never see it before because he just filled that blank. You were just comfortable with that. It's like when somebody do extra at work and they stop doing extra, you like, what's going on with your performance? Really and truly, I've been doing my job plus a little more. You just realize I stopped doing the plus and now you tripping. But I've been doing my job. I don't know now. Talk to me.
What are you gonna say, Mario?
Yeah,
I'm still clapping.
Okay. All right. As far as the whole moment thing, I gotta kind of disagree with my fellas here a little bit as far as the man finding a moment.
Yes.
A man finds a way to find a moment. Because like I can speak from experience today. I came home from work today. I didn't feel like being bothered. I walked outside and found some random shit to do outside that gave me like 5-10 minutes to just be by myself.
You want to hear the truth? You know what the man's moment is? When the woman is relaxed. That's the man's moment. Until then, you not cool. You can walk to the store and back, smoke 3 blunts. You can do whatever you want. If she tripping in that house, you got to straighten that out before you can relax.
It's not about her tripping. It's just because she doesn't have to be mad for me to get a moment.
She can just be off. With her being off, if you tuned in, you finna be off too.
But we're talking.
She don't have to be mad, but she can just be off. Like how some days coming home from work, you can be off. But she got to read just like you read it.
We're not talking about her being off. We're talking about again a man needing a moment and finding a moment. Okay. We're not talking about the woman being off. We're talking about a man needing to find a moment. Mm-hmm. If I need to find a moment, I can find a moment. I can go outside. I can do some random stuff outside. I can find something to do.
All right, now let me ask you a question.
But only thing with that,
wait, because you both of y'all, I want to hear his thought. He wasn't done. Go ahead. You said you can go outside. What?
So like today, I got home. I took out the trash. I went out back. I messed with the pool, cleaned the pool out, checked everything outside, grabbed a beer, and I just sat outside for like 5-10 minutes. That was my moment. Okay. And then it started raining, so I had to come inside.
But that's a golden opportunity, right? That's right. On the average, it's not happening. Like because either she's gonna follow you, she's gonna text you, she's coming.
You know what? I'm not even on her following, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not even on her following or texting you. I'm on if she is off. If you recognize the woman that you're dealing with is not right, she's feeling wrong. How can you be in your moment? That's not finna last long. Like that's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing about the man. He finna keep trying to make sure his woman is good before he is. Like it's always gonna be that. If you really about it, that's how it's always gonna be. You not finna be cool knowing she in there tripping. You finna go in there and sit down and listen, knowing you finna hear the same story about Chanel and what she did and what she said, and you there like, yeah, stop talking.
Okay, I'm gonna call Cap. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call Cap.
Hold on.
I really want to call Cap.
Let me take over as host for a second here. We're going to give Constance a chance to say what she needs to say because she hasn't spoken so far. Go ahead, Constance.
No, because I was gonna say when you were talking, Addil, and you said something that was very important. Knowing the woman that you're dealing with, you know how to handle them, or is she gonna be on this and be on that. There's not gonna be a moment for you to take a break or to not be bothered because she's gonna be on it. You got to know who the person you are that you're dealing with. So I think like that's the most important thing. When you're in a relationship, you got to know who you're dealing with. Because for example, my husband, when he needs a moment, he come home, he don't want to be bothered. He'll go in his man area, smoke, chill, hang out maybe for 30 minutes to an hour before I even see him, just to bring himself down, to know that once he approaches me, we'll be able to talk calmly, or we'll be able to even if there's something going on between us, we'll be able to come together because he's had that moment to calm down.
No, well, to correct, I didn't mean what I guess it came off as. What I'm saying is if you are my woman and you're uncomfortable with something, not dealing with me, I can't be cool. I can't take a moment and relax knowing that you're not good. It's not even to deal with me, but just generally in the house I'm living in with you, to know you're not good. I'm not finna really be on chill. It's not going to happen.
But you will take the moment to try to find a solution.
It's going to be short-lived because if she is off, you're going to be off too.
But you will take that moment to try to find a solution because once again, it's built in to try to fix, try to find a solution. So even though things might be off.
No, but that's what I'm saying. This is the moment. Now, see, let's go down the road where they said there's no solution. There's just vent. I'm just telling you what my problem is, and I'm just feeling,
so
that's it.
Question to you as a man, Addil. So when you said that there's no solution, that woman just wants to vent. So you as a man, what would you do to help your spouse? They just need a vent. What is your response to that?
And that's what I'm saying. Then I just gotta listen, right? Because we're not looking for a solution. We want you just want to get it out. You just vent, right? So I just gotta be attentive and listen. That's what I have to do. Now, does it always happen? Nah, because sometimes I'll be in my own zone too. So it doesn't always happen. But yeah, there's understanding there. We understand. But that's what I'm saying. That's where the balance comes in, because you got to be able to balance it out and be like, you know what I'm saying? Because not every day you're finna be able to hit me with the same, you know what I'm saying? Sit down and hear the story. And not every day I'm finna be like, I'm too busy to hear what's going on.
I guess my thing is,
let's let Tavia respond. Go ahead, Tavia.
No, because I really just got a question, because it's like, how you were just saying, if we come home and they own one, I'm paraphrasing, by the way, but we come home and they own one, like they're not straight, we not gonna be straight either. But is that we not gonna be straight either on some, let me help my wife out, let me help my girl out, or is it more so she got an attitude?
Oh hell, I got
an
attitude. Deal with this shit today,
so,
right?
Exactly. Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
You tripping, so I'm tripping.
You sit here right now like, oh, they're not good, I'm not good, but you're not good in what capacity though? You're
right. No, and that's on me. Yeah, I'm
still talking. You're not good. Is it really like? Yeah. Is it like I'm not good because I want to make sure my woman is good, or is it I'm not good because here she go with this? Like, oh my gosh, I'm done now.
Nah, I mean, I'm not good, meaning I don't want any drama. I don't want the problem, and I'm trying to fix the problem. So if she has an issue, I have an issue as well, because I'm not going to be on chill. So I don't mean it in any, I'm finna because you I'm like, what can I do? So that's what I'm saying. I would try my best to listen. But what I'm telling you is, in a human form, it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes I come home and I'm like, you raw and I'm raw too. And it's probably not even necessary, because your raw might be valid just like my raw was valid, but we just didn't get the time to really, you know what I'm saying, communicate who raw should go first.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's tough to get a moment. When I say good, I don't mean like, oh, if you're not good, I'm finna get raw in the moment and fight. I mean, I'm just not good in my mind too, because my house finna be off. If you off about something and I'm around you, you finna be off with me as well. And I don't mean like in a violent type of way. I just mean as far as the energy in the house goes. So That's why we try to fix.
Let me ask this question. This is a question for the fellas. So all three ladies, I feel like, have said thus far, sometimes we do actually need to vent. We don't need you to fix it. We don't need you to fix it.
Just listen.
Okay. So in adding to, Mario's already shaking his head. In adding to trying to understand us, because again, that's not the thing, but again, trying to understand us. Is that something you feel like that you can do? Just let us vent.
I think with that, my answer is going to be real quick. I think with that is the same balance. I think just as much as you understand, I'm not okay with you just venting and I'm not able to do anything about it.
All right, Mario.
I hear what the ladies are saying, like, just let me vent, just let me vent, just let me vent.
Oh,
But
always say
there's something more to that, right? It's always something more to that. Me being not married, but being in just relationships, being and experiencing different women. I'm in a relationship right now. We have conversations, right? And I know it ain't just the vent part. This is the tricky part with women. You're gonna say what you're gonna say, right? Here's the trick part. Once you're done venting, you're still waiting to see how I'm going to respond. So it ain't about how you guys vent as well. It's so many layers to it. Because if once you guys are done venting, and I say, okay, what your reaction gonna be like? Oh, so you ain't listen to me then? You weren't even listening. I know it. You see, so it ain't that. Women will lie. Ladies will lie to themselves. Ladies will lie.
Respond without trying to fix. There's the acknowledgement.
You see? It's always something. It's always another.
How is asking for acknowledgement?
I don't want to just say everything I needed to say, and then you just go,
okay.
Mario.
That's a shot in the face almost.
Mario, your proper response is, fuck that hoe.
But that's the thing. Why does it always have to be? Listen, and it's weird. Why, when we're venting, I feel like because all of y'all of us have done it in some way, shape, or form. Why we got to be venting about a female? Like it's always like it's about a female. That's the last thing I'm venting about.
It's
like
usually about a female.
Okay, but once you ladies are venting about anything, you're not satisfied yet, because if I say, okay, cool, I understand, you're still probably gonna be like, he don't understand. You won't even listen to me. You're doubting, right? Let's be real, ladies.
Understand? Of course. Because if your response was okay after our 10, 15 minute debriefing or unloading.
Exactly. So with that logic, it means that you don't even want to vent then. You're just trying to see how I'm gonna react to you venting.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying after we've unloaded and we've been able to express to you our day or whatever it is, the situation, circumstances that we're going through, and then you hit us with the okay, like that don't add up. It don't go together. You're gonna have to come with a little bit more than that.
You see? You just said it. A little bit more than that. So, but y'all ladies said, but look, I wrote it down. Ladies. Y'all said, don't talk, just listen. Now you vent, I just listen. I say, okay, it's still a problem.
Okay, what
Mario,
Mario,
it's not as simple as
Mario,
that.
what I think we're missing the point on here is they want an answer and they want a solution, but they don't want it right then. They want you because I can't tell how many times.
Is that true? Please clarify, ladies. Wait. So I can understand.
I can't tell how many times she's complained to me about something and I've gave her a solution and she's reacted badly toward it, and then like a day later said the same thing that I just said the day previous.
I'll take that.
I want it then. I want to know that you're listening.
Because
acknowledgement. That's it.
Because she's so because you're so animated and upset in the moment that you need a solution, but you don't need the solution right then.
So it still comes down to y'all feeling like y'all need to fix everything.
Yeah, exactly. Because
whether now or later,
it just has to be balanced.
So they want us to listen now, fix it later.
No,
I think it just has to be balanced. I think we're not going to be able all the time to just listen and not do or not want to be in the action of doing. So just like we understand, y'all need the moments. I think y'all should understand we need to probably
I
not be
understand
part
that
of that.
wholeheartedly.
So we don't got to
To
do
not
that
be
every
part
day.
of our okay, child. This a whole
No, I'm saying not every day because that's what I'm saying. Like, if all right, just like you're asking for the balance of we being able to hear you vent and not do anything, give us the same understanding of we're not built to just hear you vent and not do anything. So that's what I'm saying. With the same energy that you're coming to me
like
and saying, "Hey, I
this
want
is
you to do
so
something out of character,"
annoying. I don't get
huh?
the whole we're not built. You start hold on. You start a new job and you learn it and you do it for years. So why would your woman who you're with and started and with it's learning her. It's with learning her. I don't think the whole I gotta fix it, that whole built. I don't know.
Because we are hardwired different, and we can.
And I get that.
We are hardwired different, and we can adapt to a certain level. But there's still going to be.
And that's what I'm saying.
Hardwired.
I think
women.
But if we're flat out telling you, I don't need you to do that. I don't need
right.
you. I don't.
And that's what I'm saying. I understand that, and just what I'm saying is, just as I understand you saying you don't need me to do that. Understand, like, just from the beginning of the courting period, there were a lot of things you didn't need me to do as that guy that was trying to be that guy, and I was doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, where it began. Just understand where it began. I'm not saying that, okay, it's supposed to be set in stone and I didn't learn anything, but I started this from the beginning. I didn't come into the relationship.
But you can't even front though. You know how it be in. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but you know how it be in the beginning of any relationship. You know that don't be 1,000% like real.
What?
That be on
what?
some 70%.
The woman be asking the guy what restaurant he want to go to. Right? The woman be like, hey, what you want to do? The woman asked the guy that. No,
so
if a dude asks a chick to do something that he about and she not about it, she gonna be like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna do something with friends and them. I don't even really be on what you want. You sound weird. You finna do something the woman want to do, not necessarily what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. The energy has always been catered to the woman.
Right.
Mario, final thing, because we really do need to wrap.
Yeah, it can't go on for days and days.
They're stealing. They're not stealing, but they're saying exactly what to say. So I'm good. You know, hit the net. I'm good.
No. Charles.
Okay, so I got one final thing as far as women, how y'all were talking about finding your moment of zen and women not being able to shut down and find your moment of zen.
Okay.
How I said it's easier for men, which I agree it is easier for men. But as far as women, health is wealth. It's a saying I've heard somebody else use before.
Mm-hmm.
Try to find your moment of zen. It can be for 30 seconds, a minute. It doesn't matter. It can be as short as possible. But those little tiny moments are extremely helpful.
I'm going to say, because I'm just speaking for me personally, I can find my moment of zen. I just can't shut my brain down like you guys. I can't go to La La Land and my mind just thinks about absolutely nothing. It just
how Charles said a moment ago, if we just, glancing off into space and you're like, oh, what are you thinking about? Nothing. We don't have that nothing. We don't have that nothing moment. It's always something with us.
But my whole point is just how all three of y'all automatically, to be honest, got defensive about me saying that. All three.
Not defensive.
I don't think we got defensive about it. No, I don't.
You have to try to find a way. 30 seconds, a minute. Because a moment is zen. Do you know what zen means? A zen means meditate. Nothing. That literally means
that
nothing.
all the time. I'm just talking about the shut off part. I don't never. That ain't
right.
No,
thank you.
But zen is shut off. That is shut off.
Well, not my zen.
30 seconds.
Not my zen.
But thank you. But then you're not finding it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
my zen is not. I can never shut off. As a mother, as a wife, I can never shut off.
Woman. It's as a woman. It's not even really as a mother and a wife. But
never shut off.
Okay, Shenanigan, because we know this conversation, especially with the panel we got today, can go on and on and on.
Right.
We're going to shut it down. We're gonna find our zen, and we'll be right
If we
back.
can. Yeah. Maybe we can get like 30 seconds
Yeah,
and come back.
right.
Hey, welcome back, Shenanigang. That was
Tonight
it.
was so interesting.
Did y'all enjoy this?
Yes.
How we feeling, ladies?
All right.
It was
Yeah.
all right. It was just okay.
They got on my nerves, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
interesting.
so at the beginning, if you watched our opening, we did say we had some exciting news. It's a little bittersweet, but I think we're going to enjoy it, and I think you guys are too. Just to say, this is the last time you will see us in these LNS shirts, this LNS background. This is the season finale of season 2 of Late Night Shenanigans. We will be back in October.
Yes.
Yes.
That part a secret. We got something new, some exciting new things coming for you guys to watch. It'll still be us three. We're not going anywhere. Just some changes coming down.
Elevation.
Yep.
Yeah. Few upgrades. So with that, we're gonna take our
your
final
nerves.
shot.
Charles,
Yeah.
he's still over in the background.
Right.
I mean,
Like, cheers. All right. Any final words before we get out of here? We'll start with you, Tavia.
I will just say thank you for all of the support. Continue to like, that's appreciative. Subscribe, that's important. Comment, we welcome it, and we would truly appreciate it. If you had to pick out of like, comment, subscribe. That would be the best thing. But we appreciate the likes, and we we appreciate the comments. We welcome the likes, but thank you for all of the support nonetheless. So that's what I say.
Constance, anything from you?
Yes, same as Tavia. Thank you guys so much for the support thus far. Our subscribers continue to follow us on our journey for our new adventures. We can't wait to see y'all guys on the other side. So we'll see y'all back in a couple of months. Thank y'all.
Yeah. And I agree with what both of these ladies said. And again, we know that you'll enjoy what we have coming up for you guys in October. So just keep an eye out for that. Over the next few weeks, we'll be releasing just some individual topics from past shows, starting from season 1 into season 2. So you'll see Chantel again. And with that, we will not be back. Well, we will be back for more fun, more topics, just not.
No more shenanigans.
More shenanigans.
Good night, you guys. Thank you for riding with us so far. See you next time.
Y'all can still subscribe so y'all can be on that.
Yes.
Do that.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you so much. Bye. Stay tuned.